Hey monkeys, how you doing? Damian Keyes here. Right, today I want to talk about Instagram. Now you might have noticed, but a couple of weeks back, Instagram has changed its algorithm, and whenever Instagram changes its algorithm, usually they'll put out a press release, same as Facebook. If they have a press conference, or potentially they might just put out an Instagram spokesperson to say, this is what we've done to change the algorithm, and this is what it means. Then there's a few weeks of bedding it in whilst we all start figuring this stuff out, and we figure out what works and what doesn't. So according to Instagram, the guidelines and the experts and myself, I want to bring you the top 8 suggestions for what these guidelines mean and how you can keep growing your Instagram and actually get your message out there. Because if you do some of the older stuff, it is resulting in diminished visibility. It's a good word for you right there. Got that right out of Instagram. Number 1, the 60-minute reply. Now, Instagram really wants you to build conversation, and it wants to see you replying within 60 minutes. Now, if you don't do it, it's not the end of the world, but it wants to see momentum, and that 60 minutes is a key time. So if you're getting comments and it pops up on your phone, then get in there and reply as quick as possible, ideally within that 60-minute time frame. Number 2, micro engagement is out. Now, because of spam bots, Instagram's wised up and it just says, look, we need to have real people commenting on real things, and that way it wants to see you actually have conversation. So if you're putting one word in a comment like awesome or brilliant or go you, then Instagram's saying, I'm not really too fussed on that, so I'm not going to give you as much brownie points for that as possible. Same thing with emoji. If you just put fire sign, it's thinking, it might be a spam bot. I don't want that. I want this to be a real person. So now it's giving you reward points if you're actually putting more of a conversation, more than 3 words. So micro engagement's out. And if you want to actually comment on someone, or if you want to get someone to comment on your content, then it needs to be 3+ words or some kind of conversational piece. Number 3, max the hashtags. Now on Instagram, with every post that you do, you're allowed to have up to 30 hashtags, but Instagram is saying, we don't really want you to have 30 hashtags because it's making something vague. We want to try and get you to sum up what your picture is in 5 hashtags. Now, of course, you can put more hashtags, but what Instagram is saying is if you just put 30 hashtags in, it's going to give you diminished visibility. It's not going to be pushing the algorithm to get your content out as much as possible. So try experimenting a little bit, but try and stick to around about 5 hashtags, and try and keep your hashtags researched and also as specific to the picture as possible. Number 4, hashtagging in the comments. Now, if you remember back in, well, Tuesday, what we used to do is we used to post a picture, put a little description, and then to keep it neat, we'd then add a comment underneath with all of the hashtags. Well, now Instagram's saying, we don't like that. We don't want that anymore. So what happens is you put your hashtags that you need, hopefully around about 5, in your actual post, and then you leave your comments for everyone else. And if you put a comment below with loads and loads of hashtags, Instagram's saying, not fussed on that. We're not going to recognize those anywhere near as much as we once did. So the days of you going in and adding 2 or 3 hashtags to your post and then 30 in the engagement below, I'm afraid those days are gone. Number 5, Insta stories for the win. Now, Instagram added their story feature last year and we absolutely loved it. And a lot of the time, I'll actually see a lot more stories than I will content because it's the first place that I go. So it's obvious that Instagram wants us to do this to play their game. And that's what this is about. This is about playing Instagram's game. We're in Instagram's house. Let's play their game to get as much reach and visibility as possible. So if you're not using Instagram stories, which you probably are, then you should be. If you are using Instagram stories, then start to use it as much as you can, because A, the visibility is fantastic, but B, it's what Instagram wants you to do. And if something is what Instagram wants you to do and you do it, you are going to get brownie points across the board. Point 5 and a half, I want to add something extra in, which is Instagram Live. Now, obviously, Instagram and Facebook, owned by the same company, they are really pushing the live features on both platforms. Instagram really wants to see people using the live feature, and it's not catching on as quick as, say, the stories, because people are scared. People are scared to go live because what if they make a mistake, or what if they look silly and it's just out there. But Instagram is really pushing it. So right now, if you use Insta Live, Insta will be giving you some serious brownie points. And I know it's scary, but I think if you do it 3, 4, 5, 6 times, you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. By the time you've done it 30, 40, 50 times, it'll feel like second nature. So if you are able to use the Insta Live feature, I would use it, because again, it's playing Instagram's rules. And if you play by their rules and you play well with them, they will reward you. Number 6, mixing up your hashtags. Now, we've talked a little bit about hashtags, but hashtags are a real serious part of Instagram and also the search capability. Instagram wants to see you mix up your hashtag. It's trying to get away from marketers. It's trying to get away from people just putting the same things again and again. It wants to mix this up, and it wants you to mix them up as well. So when you're putting a picture up there, it doesn't want the same hashtags again and again. It wants to say, look, this is a picture of a train, so hashtag train station. But this is a picture of the beach, hashtag beach. It doesn't just want the same things on all of your posts, because if you do that, you will fall into the diminished visibility. So try and mix up your hashtags, but do some research. Go and figure out what it is that people are trying to look for, and then utilizing the pictures that you've got and putting them together so you've got unique content with unique hashtags. Number 7, and this one's a weird one, don't edit your posts. Apparently, if you edit your posts, Instagram doesn't like it. So if you've posted something and it isn't quite right, then apparently it's better to actually delete it and repost it with the edits made, rather than going in and editing a post. I don't know why, I didn't quite understand this one, but apparently that is a thing. So if you've made a mistake, rather than going in and editing it, your best bet is just to get rid and start again. That's a weird one. Number 8, Instagram has made it very clear that when you post something, it will show 10% of your audience, and it's up to you to earn the next 90%. So therefore, when you post something, if Instagram deems it as valuable, it will start to push it out there to more of your audience. But if it's not, then it just simply won't. So you need to be making content which is remarkable and shareable and commentable and likable and all those other words that end in able, because that way you are earning the next 90%. And I know it's something that's been happening for a while on Facebook and Instagram anyway, but you need to think about this when you are posting something. You need to think about, is this post going to earn me something for my 90%? Or am I just trying to get to the 10%? Because if you are trying to do that, there are better ways of trying to get to the reach of your audience. So from a 10% up to 100% is going to be very difficult, because what Instagram wants is, and same as Facebook, is they want to see this as a bit more of a pay to play if you are marketing something. Whether you like it or not, that's just the way it is. But you can earn more people reaching if you are making content that is likable and shareable. So something to think about when you're making content. So that's my top 8 guidelines according to Instagram, and just looking around and finding blogs and experts who are talking about this sort of stuff. So implement this into your Instagram routine, and hopefully it will bring you some luck. So if you could, you can like and comment and talk to me in the DMs. Anything you need, that's where I'll be. Have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.